Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
Do you know how many screenwriters they had on this film?
I don't know.
4 screenwriters.
Wow. He's been hyping up the way he's starting this for about 20 minutes.
10 minutes. I just saw that. It's true, though. There are 4 different screenwriters on this movie. And we're going to talk about that.
By the way, it's Fantastic Four. That's what the movie is.
Yeah, welcome back to Stole My Line, a Fireside Film Podcast. I'm Grant.
And I'm Drew.
And we're talking about The Fantastic Four First Steps. And I'm going to say one thing. I hate the title of this movie.
Why?
The Fantastic Four First Steps. Fantastic Four The First Steps. Second one sounds so much better. You move the, it's so much better.
Well, they should have talked to Justin Timberlake.
Go stream our episode on the Social Network.
And you'll get that joke.
Or just watch the Social Network. How are you today?
I'm good.
That's good.
I'm excited about this conversation.
Me too. I'm going to just disclaimer this. We are not talking about Superman until the very end of the podcast.
Until the end of the podcast. We've taken this film as it is, removing the context of the cultural situation currently.
Which is?
The context is just Superman, Fantastic Four, DC, Marvel, lots of, not controversy, but just kind of tension between the companies, between Kevin Feige and James Gunn. It's just a little bit of competitive spirit at the moment.
Also, these movies were released like less than
2 weeks. Yeah.
So, it's hard. If you look up Fantastic Four and you go anywhere deep into reviews, you're going to hear some talk about Superman, at least just right now. So we're going to avoid that until later, because I do think it's a good conversation.
It is. I just spilled water on myself like a child, by the way.
I hope you enjoy this Instagram reel.
All right, tell me what you liked about this movie without any spoilers.
I liked the vibe. I did.
Yeah,
I
for
liked,
sure.
A lot of people talk about, and I put this in my likes, the overall aesthetic of the movie is set in this like retro futuristic 60s thing. I liked the vision for that, and I liked a good chunk of the execution of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say that was my biggest like. I also liked the character dynamics, and this is kind of what I put in just my general likes that we were going to talk about after spoilers, but I liked the Fantastic Four overall. I liked their character dynamics, their family vibe. Like, I enjoyed all of that. So, your turn. Hit me with general non-spoiler likes.
Right. I mean, the vibe, the 60s aesthetic, I thought was well executed. I think cinematography as a whole, not in... I mean, this isn't like a freaking Nolan film, okay? But there were a couple shots where I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Like, that's sick.
Yeah.
I thought the actors killed it as much as I'm just kind of tired of seeing Pedro Pascal in absolutely everything. He can act.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's no really denying that. Like, I thought, if you look at, like, Joel from The Last of Us to Reed Richards to frickin' Mandalorian, like, he has range.
Yeah.
And I thought he did really well.
Yeah.
As Reed Richards. I thought the whole cast did well, too. I think the chemistry was good. That's probably all my likes.
Okay. Should we just issue the spoiler warning now?
Sure, yeah. We can. Or should we get into spoiler-free dislikes?
Sure, we can. I mean...
I don't know. I mean...
let's see how many of these I can talk about. I was actually kind of against your opinion on Pedro.
Really?
I thought this was not even close to his best performance.
I don't think it's his best.
And I think it's so hard not to talk about stuff. I kind of think maybe some of it was writing on, like, he maybe didn't have a ton to work with, but, like, I think he played a much better Joel than he did this. Like,
yeah.
But
again, like, he had 8 episodes to work with.
That's true. Yeah, and that's something. Can we just give the spoiler warning?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, spoiler warning. We got to talk about this. So if you haven't seen The Fantastic Four First Steps,
that's a title. You're right.
It sucks.
It's
I'm
not
so
great.
Sorry. Just call it Fantastic Four. I know we've had like 3 of them, but
it's like a meta thing. It's like it's the first steps in the MCU.
Yeah,
just like Homecoming or Born Again. But all right, get into your.
Okay, go watch the movie if you don't want spoilers but want to see it. I thought that the writing, he did not have a lot to work with.
Okay.
I think I felt like the character was pretty flat. Like, yes, I liked the whole thing of like he was trying to save his baby. That whole thing was, I think, decent motivation for him as a character.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't get a lot of I didn't get a lot from him that I feel like I'd seen from Pedro in other roles before. And I like Pedro a lot. I think he's great. I do like him as Joel is probably my favorite role he plays. I mean, there's some scenes, even in the not so great season 2, where he's just killing it. Like, it's really, really good.
And he's only in the first 2 episodes.
I mean, literally the first 30 minutes of The Last of Us.
Yeah.
He just is destroying it.
He's good.
I don't know. I feel like I was left wanting for a little bit. But
I kind of disagree. Just in the fact, I think him and Vanessa Kirby, their dynamic
was really good,
and their motivations as a unit, as a couple and individually, because I went into this not wanting Pedro to be Reed Richards.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, they're just casting him because he's the man of the moment, and
yeah, it did. It felt
like a cheap casting.
Yeah.
But then I was surprised. I was shocked. I was like, you know what? I thought he did a really good job, and I think he brought I watched half of Fantastic Four with Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, all those characters, and Reed Richards was just kind of nothing. In that movie.
Yeah.
And he was smart, and that was his one thing.
Yeah.
But I think Pedro brought a gravitas and a seriousness to his intelligence.
Yes.
And I think he portrayed the fact that he knew what that meant, and that he was the only one who could save the world. And I think he played that well.
Yeah, okay. I agree. I think I maybe was left wanting from the writing, and I still think that there was some good stuff happening there. Maybe I just felt like it wasn't as fleshed out, and that's okay. It's a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on, so I think that was maybe another dislike I kind of had was I wanted more scenes of them at dinner and the family stuff. There were so many little side plots, the whole thing with Ben Grimm, the thing, and I don't remember her name, Natasha Lyonne, that whole teacher, that I was actually kind of invested in that, and it was just kind of there, and then they didn't really do anything about it. I don't know, I would have liked to see more of that story in this film, because this film got really big really quick.
It's true. I think the pacing is the worst part of this movie.
No, yeah, I would agree with that. Well, I'm actually not going to agree with that.
Okay.
I think the CGI...
Really?
Specifically with the baby.
Okay.
The CGI baby just killed me, man. It was so hard. It's the best CGI baby I've seen since Twilight, whichever.
Which is not a high bar.
It's a very low bar. There were some scenes where I'm like, oh, that's probably a CGI baby, but it looks pretty good. And I think it had something to do with when they would pass it from the thing to another character. Mm-hmm. Just that whole transition is obviously not a human one, because it's this giant rock dude holding a baby and passing it to someone else. I don't know. That whole stuff took me so far out of the movie so quickly, which I hate that. But there were also a few other scenes that I was that CGI doesn't look very good.
Mm-hmm.
There was some scenes where it was really great. So, I don't know. But that was probably my least favorite part of the whole movie.
Okay. I don't think I noticed.
Really?
The baby specifically. I was impressed by the visuals in general.
I was too. There were some scenes when they were talking to the crowd, a lot of those scenes looked incredible. Mm-hmm. There were some scenes that really did look great, but I don't know. I kind of felt like this movie was maybe lacking a little bit of direction. It kind of had just some it felt like a vanilla movie. Like anybody could have made this movie. Like, tell me who directed it.
I don't know.
Exactly. Tell me who directed any, like, I don't know, Guardians of the Galaxy. Well,
yeah,
you know
but that's...
now. But like James Gunn has a very specific style.
True.
I feel like this movie was lacking a little bit of that. Maybe I'm nitpicking, but any thoughts on that?
I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think I've seen two different types of conversation when it comes to this movie, just online and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's been A, this movie is bland. This is an average Marvel movie. It's boring. Or B, this is so fresh. Like the reverse, the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And I think I'm more in that camp of like, I don't know. I think this movie does have direction, and I don't think it's paced super well, and I think there's like this is not a perfect movie, but I think the family-centric story is really good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I think the core motivation of the characters are good. And then I think the visual aesthetic of the 60s and the music and the whole thing, I think it does have...
The music was so good.
It's so good.
It's Michael Giacchino.
Who is just he's so good at his job.
Yeah,
man.
but like, it's the like Fantastic
it's
Four.
sick.
Like, I don't know, the whole movie. I was
Yeah.
like, that's just a banger, dude. It was
And
so
like
good.
he does the Batman,
Yeah,
and then can pivot to like this bright.
yeah.
It's crazy.
No, the score was great.
So talented.
The score was really great. I definitely agree with that. Okay, yeah. I fell more in the camp of like, it kind of just felt like another Marvel movie to me. Like, I'm trying to think, because it was kind of an origin story, kind of not. I mean, they kind of skimmed over it, and it's not an origin story in the sense of like this is how they became superheroes. Like, we pick up with them, 4 years later or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
But also, it's introducing this Fantastic Four to us, to the universe. So it kind of feels a little bit like an origin story of like it's still establishing the characters for us. And I kind of just felt like I was watching another version of Doctor Strange, or there were some other of those movies. I'm like, nothing against those movies, they're fine, but like, I don't think I watched a lot new here. And maybe that's what was like hard for me. And I think something too, people are very high on this movie, and a lot of the conversation I've seen around it is, oh, this is the best Marvel movie in a while. Like, this is better than the other Fantastic Four movies. I'm sure it is. I haven't seen a lot of Marvel movies recently, and I haven't seen either the other, or however many other Fantastic Four movies there are. I haven't seen any of them. So I'm kind of coming into this movie unattached to the conversation around it, you know? Which maybe hurt its opinion in my mind. I'm not really sure.
I don't know. I think... Again, I don't think this is a perfect movie for sure. I think there are pretty, and not sizable, but there are definitely some flaws. But I don't know. I think the story was relatively tight. I thought the direction was solid, and I thought the family core themes were solid, and not something Marvel has really tackled except for Guardians.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
But I think Marvel as a company has it. I think Guardians was James Gunn's baby.
Yeah.
To a T.
Yeah.
I think Marvel has kind of lacked emotional storytelling in the last... since Endgame. And then they hit you with Thunderbolts, which was decent. And then this one, which I thought was well done.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with that. I think maybe that's because I haven't kept up as much with the... like, what stories are they telling since Endgame? Like, kind of been just in and out on Marvel recently, so... I was comparing it a lot to the older Marvel movies as opposed to the newer ones.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think if this movie came out 10 years ago, I don't think it would be getting the same reaction.
Yeah.
I think it'd be like, oh, that was good, and then move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. Besides the pacing, were there any other dislikes? Because I have a few more I want to talk about.
I definitely have a few more. I mean, I wish... this movie's an hour and 55 minutes. I wish this movie was 2.5 hours. Maybe not that long, but I just wanted
some more meat to it.
More content. I think they had a lot of plot points they needed to hit, and I think Ben Grimm as a character just got completely
he was
forgotten
about.
about.
Yeah.
I think Johnny Storm, to some degree, got sidelined.
And he was so great. I love watching Johnny.
I think he was probably my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah, I would agree.
And the one scene he had talking, like convincing Silver Surfer to help, I was like, dang.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. And then the third act, it was just bad. And I know that's one of your points, and I completely agree. The third act was...
Yeah, I wrote down here, one of the things I just didn't love was the action scenes. It was... They felt kind of lifeless to me. I liked the black hole scene. The whole sequence when, Sue's having the baby, and they're trying to make the kind of jump to light speed, and also curve around this black hole, keep the ship together, and they were trying to lose Silver Surfer. That was a lot going on. I was actually feeling the tension. I was like, this is really cool. I'm invested in this. That's what's happening right now. But, I couldn't tell you half of what happened in the fight versus Galactus. And
he
I was
just kind of walked, and it was like, oh no, we have to stop him from walking.
Also, he was he was big. But I don't know, for some reason, when you talk about a dude eating planets, and he kind of just is kind of bigger than a skyscraper.
Yeah.
It didn't really feel like it worked in my mind. I guess there had to be a way for him to work visually for this movie, but
I think his ship destroyed the planet, and then he would just munch.
I guess so. I don't know.
I thought his ship
was cool.
Like the scene where they're going to the planet, and then the planet explodes, and the ship comes out. That shot was insane. And then the one where it's in the sky.
Yeah.
I thought that was sick, too.
Yeah. I mean, there were some cool... That's the thing, is I feel like there were some really cool moments in this movie.
For sure.
But then, I think about the action, or, some of the subplots that just weren't really fleshed out or didn't have a lot of character to them.
Yeah.
And this is something... I saw someone write something on this, so I'm not going to take credit for this. But Mr. Fantastic's powers are sick. I think they're really cool. And they have been done really well in The Incredibles. They do a great job in The Incredibles of showing, Elastigirl's powers.
Right.
And, there's so many ways that they use them in those movies. And there were, some little moments where, he stretches to right further or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. But as for, his actual powers, there was not a lot there that I'm like, there could be so much more happening with his powers. I feel like Johnny's powers, Ben Grimm's powers, even Sue's powers, they were all used pretty well.
Right.
I kind of felt like those were underutilized. I know that's nitpicky, but...
No, I agree. And I think part of me likes the intention from... Who directed this movie? Matt Shackman. He did WandaVision. Okay. See, I kind of know who he is. I think and I don't even know this. I'm guessing at this point, but it's the feel of this movie felt more. We've seen a bunch of CGI things from Marvel in the last 5 years.
Yes.
So we're gonna kind of stray away from that and give you more of an emotional story, which I appreciated that sentiment.
Yes.
That being said, I think the Fantastic Four has some of the coolest powers.
Yeah.
In Marvel.
Yeah.
And they were not utilized. I mean, maybe except for Johnny, but everyone else kind of it was like a one-trick thing, and then Reed just barely used his at all.
Yeah, and I think what was hard for me is, these powers are a lot more cartoony than some other powers.
Sure.
Sorry, mosquito.
No, they're bad.
Someone having elastic limbs and, lighting on fire and being a rock man, feels a lot more cartoony than maybe some of the other MCU powers. I wanted them, I don't even know how to say this, but I wanted them to lean into that a little bit more, of maybe some more visual gags and stuff. The whole aesthetic was very whimsical, 60s,
sure.
Kind of felt like a cartoon. They made even references to that. There was Fantastic Four cartoons in that universe. I kind of want to see more of the cartoony stuff, but they didn't really... I feel like they couldn't make up their mind, are these powers, real life, or are these kind of, more cartoony powers?
Right.
So, I don't know. I don't know if you have thoughts on that, but...
No, yeah, I mean, I think... I agree. I think they tried to be visually different. And I think this might have been a little bit of your critique. Like, there was definitely an attempt, and I think they succeeded to some degree. But I think they could have gone further.
Yeah. 2 more things, very brief. I did not like Sue's not death, where she died and then came back to life.
Right. Okay. I thought the same thing, and then I did research, but continue.
Okay, I don't like how it played out. I don't care. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff behind this baby and stuff. We're just kind of to assume this baby's really powerful, and I'm like, okay. But then, like, Sue dies and then comes back. It feels just like Tony Stark in Avengers.
Right.
It felt like it was trying to mirror that. And also, like, I was kind of a little bit on board with her dying.
I was too.
Because
for sure.
They left her dead for a minute
for
there.
A long
and I was
time.
like, okay, they're going to bring her back to life. And then there was like another minute went by. I was like, man, is this going to be the Fantastic 3? Like, is this kind of a different, take on this where, Reed's going to be sad coming into the different universe? Like, I was like, all right, bring it. And then they brought her back to life. And was like, okay, there we go. I was kind of waiting for it. So.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted her to be dead just because I think that would have been really gutsy of Marvel, and that would have been cool.
Yeah.
I will say, after I've done my little comic digging, Franklin Richards is like the most powerful being in the universe, and he can just like bend reality to his will.
Oh, okay.
Like canonically in the comics.
Okay.
So,
I don't know if this is the Marvel movie I should have hopped back in on then. I don't know. It's been a minute since I've been on the Marvel train, and we're already getting to reality bending, but
I'm like, I can buy that you have an uber powerful baby who
brings you back to life,
who has an emotional connection with his mother.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that
like,
makes sense.
I can accept that.
Yeah, I think I maybe just didn't like it for where it was placed in the story. Like, if they had done that a few movies down, I would have been like, oh, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
I think it was a little rushed. It kind of just felt like another thing they were throwing in for just like, hey, let's have this scene or whatever. Last thing I'll say. I did not like that everybody just listens to them, like to the Fantastic Four. The whole world just like gets behind them. Like, there is no tension. They say what to do, and the whole world's like, all right, let's get on it.
Well, okay, I guess you're talking about when they build the portals.
Yes, and also just like the whole, like, Galactus shows up, and they're like, we're going off, and then they come back, and they're like, oh, Fantastic Four, what update do you have for us now? Like, they kind of just looked at the Fantastic Four to, like, for everything.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit like, if this was a real planet, Fantastic Four would not just be kind of like
the gods of
Earth. It kind of felt like they're just like low-key the rulers, and like, yes, there's other stuff going on, but like whatever they say goes. And I don't know, again, this movie's 2 hours, what can you do? But there was no tension there, and I kind of felt like that was off. I think again, but
I agree. I do think there's a little bit of tension when Reed comes back and he's like, they want us to sacrifice our kid.
Yeah, that's true. And
then everyone is like, well, hold on. We're all going to die for one kid. We're not going to let that happen. And I like that. I thought
it was great. And they were only on that for
20 minutes.
And I was like, that could have been a whole act of the movie.
Yeah.
It's this debate. And like, this is a cool moral, like, trolley problem. And they were like, okay. And we just, like, you kind of knew that they would save both, like, the baby and the world. But I don't know. There was more happening there that could have been really cool. I'm done. I feel like we talked really negative about this movie. I feel bad. Like, I enjoyed this movie.
Yeah. I think it's good. And when we get into a conversation with Superman, I think it'll be super interesting. But I think it's good. I think it left a lot to be desired.
Yes.
Which is not... Like, I don't think that takes away from the fact that this is a good movie. But I think this could have been a much better movie.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, before we move on to Superman, we haven't talked about Galactus yet. So, what are your thoughts on Galactus? I like Silver Surfer.
I thought Silver Surfer was good, which is not technically, like, she has another name because she's a woman, but I don't know what it is.
Whatever.
I don't know. I mean, I thought his character design was good. Who plays him? Richard something. Or Ralph. Ralph Ineson. I thought he was good. I thought he voiced him well, and I thought he was intimidating.
Yeah.
But then it's like he just kind of doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I liked that they were just allowing the villain to be bad just because he's bad.
Yeah, I like that. That's true.
Like, I don't like when every single movie, like, the villain has to have some motive. Like, yeah, obviously the greatest villains are going to have a lot more depth to them.
Area.
Like Joker, Killmonger, or whatever superhero villains you think of that are, like, the best. Thanos, like, they obviously have a lot of depth to them. But, like, some people are just straight up bad. Like, just let them be bad. Like, and I kind of thought this movie did that without, I don't know. I feel like there wasn't enough show of might of Galactus. Like,
yeah,
yes, they showed him eating a planet, but, like, I don't know. I just didn't get enough from him, I think. And so when he lands on Earth, I'm kind of, like, not scared.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, I think his scale was supposed to be his show of might. I just don't think it was executed the best.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we rank this movie and then get into the question of the hour?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Man, I haven't actually thought about this. You go first.
All right. I think you should go see it in theaters. That's my ranking. I would think you should.
See, I'm starting to get concerned that I'm thinking of other movies I've ranked in this position, and do I feel the same way?
Wait, what have I don't even know what I put in that position.
We put Superman here.
Okay, well, we have different opinions about this.
I'm gonna say, oh man, I'm kind of in between, honestly. Like, see it in theaters or see it on streaming. I think you should see it on streaming.
Okay.
Final answer.
Okay.
All right, let's just talk about Superman.
All right. Which one is better?
Superman is better.
I disagree.
Here's why.
Okay, go.
Superman had a lot more character.
Yeah.
Now, this is, like, to the movie. To the movie,
sure.
A lot more style.
Sure.
I think about the action scene with Mr. Terrific and the whole, like, he's breaking into this, like, the portal thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called, but that whole scene is to the music, super stylistic, has a lot of life to it. You remember that scene. I remember that scene. Anybody who's seen Superman probably remembers that scene. Or if they hear the song, they remember what scene that's from.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single scene from Fantastic Four gave me that same vibe. Like,
the space scene when they're running.
I think that was maybe the closest, but Superman was more full of, like, scenes like that, honestly, in my mind. Like, and I think Superman has aged better, at least on the internet. Like, there's a lot of Superman memes, Superman positivity. People like Superman. And so I'm probably coming off that high a little bit.
Okay.
But I also just, like, genuinely liked the characters in Superman more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I liked Clark and Lois, and I liked their dynamic more than any other dynamic in this movie. I liked Superman standing for hope. Sure. I liked his journey. His journey was, like, I feel like really tight, honestly, finding out, like, hey, I'm not, like, actually supposed to save this world, at least based off what my parents told me, and him coming to maturity and, like, well, I'm my own person, and my real parents are here, even though they're not my biological parents, like, all of this stuff. I thought that was really, really well done.
Right.
Yes, there's gripes with that movie. I think there's some, I don't know, like, he kind of double-dipped in some areas, James Gunn did. I'm like, okay, maybe you didn't need to include a scene here or here, but I left Superman, the theater, feeling so much better than I did leaving this movie. Your turn.
I disagree.
Okay.
And I think all your points are valid, and again, this is also, like, subjective, so.
Yeah.
But I think Fantastic Four was a tighter story. I think it had less.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I think what you said about Superman is true, and I think if that all Superman was, Superman would win hands down. But
yeah, there was a lot more going on.
I think there's just so much going on in Superman. There's, like, all the political things, and then there's the Justice Gang, and then there's just so much, and then there's Crypto, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't even talk about Lex.
Well, but Lex is a better villain than Galactus. He just is.
No, for sure. That's not. Yeah, I agree.
I feel like the Superman, its parts, like, are all greater than Fantastic Four's parts. And I understand that Fantastic Four is probably a little tighter, but, like, Superman's pacing is better. It just is. Like, I could probably tell you the structure of that movie right now. And I don't think I could do that for Fantastic Four. Now, I'm not trying to disagree with you too much, but I don't know.
No, I think... I think both of these movies stand on good moral and true values, which is a positive for sure.
Yes.
But I think to some degree Superman's like themes got lost a little bit in the scale of the movie.
Okay.
And I think Fantastic Four's didn't.
Okay.
I thought the family core element drove this movie more than the hope of Superman drove his. Not that it wasn't there.
Yeah.
But
okay, I can buy that take. Yeah.
And I think the visuals of Fantastic Four felt more like in unison and like worked together, when in some of the ones in Superman were like, oh, now we're in a black hole, and now we're in like a pixelated black hole. Like, why are we? But I think even then it worked more in the Fantastic Four universe it had already established than it did in Superman.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of hard to compare the films too, because if Superman was a new movie in an established universe, we probably wouldn't get as many moving parts.
No, for sure.
And this movie, like, yeah, it's a different universe and stuff, but like, we understand the language of Marvel.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot going on there that like the movie can kind of afford to be tighter, because you're banking on the fact that these viewers saw most of the first three phases of Marvel.
Yeah.
You know, Superman is trying to establish a whole new universe, so that's why the Justice Gang is there. Like, there's a lot going on there too. So I don't know.
I agree in terms of the narrative language of the companies, but to some degree, Fantastic Four is a very new thing.
Yeah.
In the universe. Now, I think we didn't have to set up anything in Fantastic Four, so I think we could keep the narrative tight here. Whereas Superman, you have to set up your universe in a movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting.
It is interesting. I think we'll just disagree on it. I'm curious whose like opinion will age better.
I know, that'll be interesting.
I think, like, in my opinion, I think Superman will be remembered better than Fantastic Four.
I think that's true.
So,
but I don't think that necessarily speaks to quality in general.
I think
the Minecraft movie will be remembered, but
okay, that's a bad example.
Well, I'm just saying.
That's the exception that proves the rule, you know? I'd say most movies that are remembered because they're good.
True. Well, okay.
Yes, you could talk about The Room or the Minecraft movie, but like, those are the exceptions that prove the rule. Like,
I think here's what I'm trying to. I think Superman will be a remembered event. Period. People will remember James Gunn's Superman.
Yes.
Because it's James Gunn's Superman.
Yes.
Not necessarily because the movie's good.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of think Spider-Man No Way Home, in this example. Like, I rewatched that movie a month ago.
Yeah.
Low-key, pretty bad.
Whoa.
That might be a crazy take.
That's a different podcast.
That is a different podcast. But it was not as good as I remembered.
Yeah. That one was definitely a moment movie.
It was a moment movie. And I think James Gunn's Superman is better than No Way Home. But I think the concept still applies, where it's definitely an event and people remember the start of the DCU being Superman.
Okay.
As opposed to just another Marvel movie.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with a lot of your take. And I think a lot of it is we're just going to see how it ages. Last thing I'll say, though, I think Superman starting the universe, Fantastic Four in some ways also, like, it's kind of not restarting the Marvel universe, but like it's kind of trying to re-usher in the new era of Marvel.
For sure.
Like, didn't Feige say that he's going to have, Reed Richards lead the Avengers next?
In the next two movies, but after Secret Wars, whichever Avengers is last, they're rebooting the whole thing. Complete reboot.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm emotionally prepared. Oh, man. I think one day superhero movies and the genre will crash and burn.
No, for sure.
But until then, enjoy our reviews that stole my line.
Do you think we're heading in that direction?
Yeah. We're careening. We're careening. I don't know why we got away from historical epics like Troy and Braveheart and Gladiator. That era of Hollywood was so much better than this era of Hollywood. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
We've talked for way too long tonight.
Yeah, we should probably end it.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Stole My Line. Let us know what you think.
Let us know which one you think is better, Superman or Fantastic Four.
The Fantastic Four
if you've seen
Closing
both.
Question.
Okay.
This movie has to win one Oscar. What Oscar is it? It doesn't actually have to. This is a new category we're doing. What Oscar would this movie win?
Fantastic Four has to win.
Like, let's say it has to win one Oscar. It has
to win an Oscar. Score.
Okay, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
I think follow-up would be production design.
Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, that wasn't that hard.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. We'll catch you next time.
Thursday, Spider-Man is dropping. Go watch it.
A lot of superhero movies right now.
Yeah, for real. We didn't do that intentionally.
Take a break, enjoy, Phil.